Before we talk about effects or transition, there's one editing mistake that is silently killing your retention. Fixing it doesn't make your edits fancier, it makes people stay. First, edit for your audience, not for other editors. Now this is the classic trap every video editor goes through. You put all the effects, all the transition, everything is fancy, but at the end, that just impresses editors, not the real audience. See, the end goal of editing is comprehension, not confusion. The audience doesn't care how hard it was to make. They only care about how easy it is to feel and understand. If a video doesn't need a cut, then just don't. Okay, by the way, notice something? This video has no intro because wasting even 10 seconds is how people leave. That tool alone took me years to learn. By the way, I'm Somrat. I've edited over 1,000 videos in the last 5 years, worked with billion-dollar companies and got job offers over $100,000 per year. And I still wasted years learning the wrong things, which brings me to the mistake that accelerated everything. What is the fastest way to get better is to stop trying to be original. Now, this might feel contradictory. The internet is divided with the opinion that you should create original stuff. I mean, I would beg to differ. When you're just starting out, you barely know anything. The easiest way to speed up your progress of learning and also your taste is to replicate. Go on YouTube, find your favorite edits, download them, open them in a video editor, go through frame by frame and try to really think, how did they achieve this particular visual? Then you try to replicate it on your own. By the way, this is also one of the greatest strategies for people who work on really short deadlines. Create a style project, create a reference project, then create timelines based on specific needs. For example, one timeline can be for motion graphics references, one for text animation styles, another for transitions. Whenever you're consuming content and you feel like, oh, this is something cool, you can just download it and keep it inside that particular project file. Now, whenever you're confused while editing a project on tight deadlines and don't know what fits well, just open that project and see if something kind of fits. And I won't even ask you to subscribe because the people who want to actually be better already kind of have. Next, sound design. Here's a clip without really good sound design.
Have you wondered your brain is turning into mush? Welcome to 2 minutes of brain rot.
Now here's the same clip with sound design done really well.
Have you wondered your brain is turning into mush? Welcome to 2 minutes of brain rot.
See the difference? Sound has 3 core elements: dialogue, music and sound effects. Get all the 3 right and your edits will instantly feel more professional. But here's the thing. Even perfect sound design can't save low quality footage. When I traveled to Thailand, I captured some good moments I knew I would remember forever. But after that trip, when I watched those videos again, they look like low quality, blurry, noisy. Not the way I remembered that place. And the worst part, I couldn't even reshoot them. So to solve this, I used something called Uniconverter. I opened Uniconverter and clicked on AI Video Enhancer. Then I simply dragged and dropped my video. Here, you get multiple enhancement options: quality restoration, upscale videos to 4K and even 8K, face enhancements, anime enhancements for animated videos, video denoise. It reduces noise and grain, frame interpolation. It uses AI to increase your frame rates to 2x and 4x, up to 240 frames per second. Now that is how you get super slow-mo videos. I selected what my video needed, set the save location and hit export. Once I was done, I compared the original video with the enhanced one and the difference was clearly visible. Honestly, it solved my problem. If you're dealing with low quality footage like I was, check out Uniconverter. I've added the link in the description down below. And it's not just videos. I have old photos of my parents, memories that have, slowly faded with time. With AI image enhancement, you can restore those photos, fix damaged areas, improve sharpness, bring back lost details, so memories don't disappear. They stay clear, alive and beautiful. Now, back to the editing. By the way, have you ever noticed how some edits force your eyes exactly where the editor wants? Now, let me explain this with a banana. If I just show you this banana, you don't know how big it is. You don't know if it's the right color. But if I keep it next to another object, you will see, oh, the banana is yellow. Oh, the banana is smaller. Oh, the banana is more curved. That's the thing with humans. You only see contrast. Time and time again, every editor, every great editor and filmmaker uses this as the biggest cheat code in the playbook. They use contrast to control attention. Fast versus slow.
I think I'll play Walker's phone.
Loud versus silent. Bright versus dark. Chaos versus calm.
Okay, Richie. Drive.
Okay, guys, we're gonna refire 4.
Contrast tells viewers what matters and prevents visual fatigue. One practical way to exercise this is through ACD, average cut duration in certain segments. Make sure some sections have very short average cut duration so it feels like snappy and fast. In other places, give the audience a little bit more breathing time to absorb whatever you have said. But don't forget that contrast is just a tool. The end goal of editing is still comprehension. By the way, what if I tell you that half of your editing problems have nothing to do with your skill? Alright, let me show you how a typical editor edits. This is a laptop screen. If you open any editing tool, let's say Premiere Pro, you can see here's the timeline and here's the window. Can you see the problem here? It's so tiny, you can barely even see what you're working on. See, the cheapest investment you should make when you're just starting out is to buy a goddamn monitor. It doesn't really matter if the color profile is good or bad, especially if you already have a good laptop, let's say MacBook Pro, which has a very good screen, half of the problem is solved. And there are actually a lot more creative ways to use a monitor. First, on one screen, you can keep it as a reference monitor. On the other, you can have your long timeline. Second, on one screen, you can actually watch tutorials, and on the next screen, you can practice the video. Third is where it gets a little more advanced. Let's say you have a proper 2-monitor setup like this one, and you're editing a motion graphics project. You can have the program monitor, and on the other one, you can literally tilt your screen by 90 degrees and have the entire After Effects timeline stacked in vertical way. Yeah, that makes it look a lot more professional, especially in Reels. So please, if you don't have, buy a goddamn monitor right now, like right now. Okay, help me here. What if the best looking edit is the one people click away from? Study retention graphs. Now, this one is super important, especially for a content creator or a video editor who edits for a content creator. Now, we have to study something here, and it's super important to understand consumer psychology. You have to see the dips and you have to see the peaks. Whenever there is a dip, something's wrong there. People are dropping off and finding it not so interesting. So you need to learn 2 things from here: what you're speaking and what you're doing visually. Try to break down what you have done wrong. Now repeat the same exercise for the places where there are peaks. That means those places are where you have done something right. And the next time, just eliminate everything that's killing your retention and boost everything that's spiking your retention. Remember the question from the beginning? Why some editors get faster, better and paid more, while others stay stuck? The next point is the answer. It's the Delta framework of learning. Now this is something internal that we use in our team. Basically what happens is, let's say a video editor has edited his best video, but it's still not up to the mark. Let's say it's up to 80% of what I have envisioned, right? Then what I do is, I take that project file and I make all the editing changes, which gets me to like 90 to 95% happy. Now I give them back the project and they can literally simply learn by difference. What has he done and what I have done. And looking at the delta, the difference, the contrast, they can learn really fast. Yeah, that's how I train all of my editors in my team, and they're the best people. By the way, if you want to learn editing from me, don't forget to join our community of 15,000 plus editors. We're launching something very special for you very soon. By the way, have you noticed even inside team, some editors take twice as long to finish the same video, planning before starting the edit? Now, this is again a huge mistake that I have done and a lot of people do. I have a lot of editors in my team, and the people who actually pre-plan before even opening the software, let's say Premiere Pro, it makes night and day of a difference. So typically the workflow goes like, I shoot the video, then I just edit it, right? Wrong. There has to be a planning phase before that. Like I get the script, this is what the visual's going to look like, this is the sort of text, this is the sort of graphics, this is the sort of music that's going to be there. It takes a little bit of time, but if you can pre-plan, editing the video will get much faster. Trust me on this one, you have to pre-plan your editing. By the way, there are many more intermediate tips and tricks that I can share with you right now that will really save your time and will jack your career as a video editor. But I'm out of time today. If you want that video, comment more down below and don't forget to subscribe, because otherwise you will never know when that video drops. And if you want to really be a master of sound design, watch this video.